So, the Kawaki Karma Progression DLC just released to kick off Season 8, and Shinobi Striker is bringing so many other things to the game, but this DLC is also just a nice cherry on the top, especially a lot of good things that they're bringing for the attack types, man. But in today's video, man, we're going to be giving y'all basically a basic breakdown, some strengths, some weaknesses. Y'all know how we do these videos, man. So if there's something you think you might be interested in, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things, man. And today's anime question is going to be, how have y'all actually been feeling about the new Kawaki DLC, man? Is he hitting for y'all, man, or is he just not getting it? Is it not a dub, man? But we're not going to waste any more of y'all's time, man. Let's go and hop straight into this video. Okay, so before we start the video, man, I got to give a big shout out, man, to my boy iBustSweats, man, for helping me with these counters, man. And they actually did a few balance updates. They nerfed the hell out of Wood Dragon Jutsu, so I'm definitely curious how people are going to be using that one, man. When we actually talk about the Kawaki DLC, some key points you need to know is that he has some unique moves when it comes to his normal moveset. Like his Sukinahikona actually activates when he's dodging, looks kind of cool. I think his backward dodge when he's going backwards is a little bit slow, and he also has a Karma Beam whenever he's doing his light combo. I would actually very much really like this moveset for Kawaki, because I think this one is a lot better than like the little Karma Paste thing they gave us. I think this is what we should have got for Kawaki's actual moveset. So we actually look at some of the awards. The basic thing, you know, you're going to get the Ninja Master unlocked. We're also going to get Amado's outfit, which is a pretty nice addition. I mean, you know, it's just kind of like, you know, basically him wearing some casual wear. The Amado hairstyle is something that we also get if that's something that you want. You know, you want the slick back, the slick over hair. We also get the Kawaki Ninja Academy outfit. I know this was something that a lot of people are actually wanting, and I actually like this a lot. And then we also get the honorary title, Brothers, man. So, man, if you got some brothers out there, man, y'all can hop in together. So we actually look at the jutsus, man. The first one is going to be the Sukinahikona God Hunter. And this one has a pretty solid range, and it's kind of similar to the beginning stage of Imperial Wrath. When you actually look at the description, it's basically just a charging jutsu, and it says if you're on the ground, you're going to come from underneath, and if you're like jumping in the air, you're going to come from over the top. But I don't really recognize too much of a difference when it comes to the activation, and it allows for a follow-up and a ground bounce, which is pretty good. This thing pretty much resets the combos pretty much and allows you to follow up with something else. So some strengths to this jutsu, it's pretty good against weaker charging jutsu. So if you're going up against, you know, just something like a dynamic entry or even like a leaf rising wind, you're going to be able to pretty much go through that. And this thing avoids guard break from projectiles. So if you're getting hit with like a majestic or something like that, you can pop this to actually get rid of that guard break that you would normally get. Now, as far as some weaknesses for this jutsu, there's a lot of things that this jutsu is weak against because they didn't really make this. When I looked at the description that said invulnerability, I thought this thing was going to be pretty similar to how they actually had it with the Imperial Wrath in the beginning, when you basically pretty much could go through everything. But pretty much any stunning jutsu is going to work against this. So trap jutsus are going to work pretty well against this. Also projectiles, so pretty much like a majestic or something like that, even though you're going to phase through it and you're going to go through it, you're going to take all the damage. Stunning jutsus are also going to work well, so things like the Icicle Swallow and even the new ninja tool that you got where it's like the little ice thingy, that works as well. Barrier jutsu is also going to do pretty well against this, so you're not really going to be able to get through a sand shield or a dome wall. You're not going to break it. Reinforcement jutsu as well, so things like rock and needle jizo. The piercing note also counters this pretty well. While they still break through the piercing note, they take damage from this, and the lightning style tool pretty much just completely stops them in their tracks in general. And this thing is blockable, which is a little bit of a downfall as well. You can block this, and it doesn't take too much to break the guard after you initially block it, but the fact that it's blockable is a little bit of a letdown. And unblockable jutsu are going to go through this, so things like Berry and Barrage, and even things like Uchiha style Halo Dance, these things that last longer and have longer animations are going to actually get through this, including Water Prison. And we also know Time Space Jutsu is going to give this jutsu a decent amount of time of trouble as well. So this thing is pretty well, like, it's pretty good for like starting combos and extending combos, but there's also a lot of things that go through this, and I think they did a good job of balancing this jutsu all together. Now, as far as the next jutsu, which is going to be the Daikokuten Shokatsu, this one has some key points. Like I said, it has great range. This thing goes pretty far, and basically what you're going to be doing is you're basically throwing out a rod, and when the rod connects, you're going to drop a cube on them. And this thing is pretty good because it can eliminate surrounding obstacles, so it can knock people back if there's other people in the area. This thing is hard to see, especially if you're catching somebody off guard. They're not really going to be able to dodge it. Now, if they are watching you, the tracking for this is kind of similar to the Flying Raijin level 2, so it is easy to dodge if you know it's coming. So some strengths of this jutsu is this thing breaks guard easily, so the guard's going to get broken, and then the cube's going to come down. This thing also breaks Susanoo armor. It has a cheesy mid-air stun animation, the same thing you get from the Violet Petals, where they're kind of stuck in the air, which gives you a lot of time to actually set up a decent amount of jutsus when you're using this thing, and this thing has great damage. Now, as far as some weaknesses, the piercing note blocks this, which was pretty surprising to me since this is just a ninja tool and it counters a whole jutsu. Barrier jutsu are also going to work pretty well with this. Basically, anything that prevents it from actually touching you. If the rod doesn't come into contact with you, the cube's not going to come down. It's pretty similar to Sasori's Iron Sand, where if it doesn't come into contact with you, it's not going to do anything. So things like Time Space, Kamui, Sukinahikona, projectile jutsus are actually going to do pretty good at also canceling this out. So shooting out like a normal fireball, even a majestic floor destroyer strain is actually going to get rid of the rod. Trap jutsus are actually going to be able to counter this as well. So things like palm rotation and also acrobat technique, and reinforcement jutsu. So things like rock and also needle jizo. But all around, I think this is a pretty solid jutsu. I definitely like how the cooldowns on these are pretty crazy. We didn't even talk about the cooldowns, but the cooldowns, the fact that the first jutsu only has a cooldown of 12 seconds and this one has a cooldown of 10 is actually crazy. I was not expecting them to give a cooldown this low for these jutsus, man. But I definitely will see this jutsu on a lot of builds just because of the fact that it can connect to so many things and it gives you that amount of time to actually follow up. And we move over to the last thing, which is going to be the ultimate, the Karma Progression. And some key things about this one is this thing heals you when you activate it, and it basically puts you in a Sukinahikona state. So it's going to negate all projectiles, not secret techniques. It gives you a power boost, and you also get a final follow-up attack, which would basically, if you hit them with the fireball, then you're going to follow up with the punch through the chest that Kawaki did to Boruto. So some strengths of this ultimate: it's unblockable, so you're not going to be able to block the fireball at the end. This thing heals you, which is pretty good, and this thing also allows you to keep your base jutsu. So just because you activate this ultimate doesn't mean you're not going to have access to your normal ninjutsu. And the second activation is pretty easy to land because the fireball comes out pretty fast, and being able to just drop cubes on people is pretty good. Now, as far as a weakness of this ultimate, I wish the cubes actually came a little bit quicker. You can't really spam them that fast. They kind of give you a little bit of time where you have to wait. I kind of wish the cubes came down kind of maybe as similar to the wood golem, where you can just spam it pretty quickly. So I think the delay between the cubes maybe needs to get reduced to make this jutsu better, man. But those are basically the things for Kawaki. All around, as a DLC, I think if we're grading the first jutsu, I think the first jutsu is a solid B. Nothing too crazy about it, but like I said, it does allow for some combo connectability. As far as the second jutsu, we'd give that one a solid A, just because this one has great range and it also breaks guard and it sets up things. Actually, no, not an A. We'll give this an S. This one is a solid S just because of the cooldown as well and what you can do with this one. And as far as the ultimate, I think the ultimate is all around pretty solid. I don't think it's nothing too game breaking, but I give this one a solid A just because of the fact it makes you invulnerable, and also you have the second follow-up. So all around, I think the Kawaki DLC is a solid A. Let me know how I actually feel about the Kawaki DLC, if these counters helped y'all out and things like that, man. And we also got some live gameplay for y'all, so y'all can actually see how the character actually works. And if you actually enjoyed this counter, make sure to actually go check out my actual counter that I did for Sasori as well. That will be actually at the end of the video after you see the outro, man, so make sure to go check that out. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'm going to see you on the next one, man. We up.
The hell did the
That man hit you with the burning ash. The burning ash. I did not know burning ash gets him out of that, though.
I didn't know either. Shit.
Oh, bro, what do we got going on right now? What's this? Let me get Konohama out of here, bro, because he's getting annoying. Bro.
Oh. Oh.
Know where I got him. I gotta get that boy out of here. Where that Konohama go that I was fighting? Got him. Drop that cube on his head, boy. That's all you see in nothing but cubes, bro. Oh man, I'm getting jumped right now. Them boys kind of get me.
Oh shit, it might be. No.
Got him out of here. Is that our jutsu? Oh, that's us. Yes, sir. Got some good damage from them boys. Let's see, where'd he go? Where'd Kawaki go? Got him! Get him out of here, man. Punch that boy in his chest. Get him out of here, yeah. Free that man. Ooh. Alright, let's go ahead and activate this ultimate. What can we do? Let's see what we got, man. Can I finish this off with the ult? Got him. Let's go. I'm gonna finish it off with the ult. It's a dub.